Hello, my fellow cigar smokers, and welcome to Smoker's Spot. Another review, and it is this time the Hoyo de Monterrey Year of the Ox. Let's see how it tastes. So guys, this time I was pretty quick. Wednesday we were doing the unboxing, and just 2 days later we are doing the review. Really excited how this one tastes. Beautiful looking stick, really. Has a very nice wrapper. I mean, not Maduro, but pretty dark for a Cuban. Also here in the light it looks a little bit brighter. Other than that, they were keeping it pretty classic. Year of the Ox band and the regular Hoyo de Monterrey band. Hermosos number 1 is the Vitola, and that means it has a ring gauge of 48 and is 6.57 inches long. Chances are good that if you're watching the review, you were already watching the unboxing, where I was talking a little bit about the background of the Year of the Ox and so on and so on. And today it's just about the taste. Okay, first of all, let's get rid of the additional band here. Foot bands, I'm really not a big fan of it, because sometimes when you're removing it, you're destroying the wrapper, especially when they were not gluing it very good. But in this case, looking good. Wrapper is looking good. Okay, guys. Smell very subtle, like moist tobacco, moist leaves, something like this. And cold wall. My focus here is a little bit slow today. I know it's late, but the camera is working some extra hours today. Oh, the draw tight. Jesus Christ, I really hope that this cigar is going to have a good draw, otherwise I'm going fucking crazy. Coffee notes. And something leathery. So guys, in the unboxing I was talking a little bit about the Year of the Ox and why I'm kinda skeptical about all the editions that were coming out. Remember the last one we did was the Vega Fina Year of the Ox, and that was, well, if I'm trying to staying positive, it was an okay cigar. But let's see what this one is giving us. have here my iPad in front of me, and that is giving some kind of strange light towards me. So let's shut that down. Let's see if it's going to be a little bit better. Okay guys, the draw, okay. Maybe it's getting better. Smoke output is okay. These leather notes, tasteable but very subtle. At the moment I have almost no earth. That's a little bit of a surprise, but fine with that. And that coffee I was talking about, that I had on the smell, is also there, but in a form of a like sweetness like roasted coffee. So kind of typical. Just the earth is not there, but let's see, we're at the very beginning. Let's see how it develops further. In order to support that great cigar, I have a great whiskey. That's the Kurayoshi. Again, a Japanese whiskey. We had the Nikka coffee malt at the unboxing, and the Kurayoshi is another great Japanese whiskey. You guys see, I'm kind of a fan of Japanese whiskies. And as usual, with most Japanese whiskies, they not have a cork. They're doing it like this. And well, I brought a nice Jack Daniels tumbler, and that's from the Master Blender edition. And over here you see Jasper Newton. That's the first Master Blender of Jack Daniels. Guys, that is a whiskey that has also very subtle, sweet notes, almost honey-like, and some very fine fruitiness. And it's otherwise mild, but nevertheless you can feel it has some power. I think it's a good companion for this Hoyo de Monterrey. In the unboxing, just before I started the recording here, I was going through the comments of the unboxing, and there one of the viewers, Phil, said, he's probably from France, but I'm not quite sure, but he said there is a French cigar magazine, and they were saying that, well, there the Hoyo de Monterrey Year of the Ox was rated even higher than the Davidoff Year of the Ox. And that was like, wow. If that is the case, I mean, that's subjective, right? So everyone has a different palate, different taste, and so on. But most of the time you could think that the guys who are doing the rating and the tasting in whatever cigar magazines, they have a pretty developed palate, more or less. So if they're rating it higher than the Davidoff Year of the Ox, they must have been impressed by this one. At this point, thanks Phil for letting me know about that French magazine. It was great. If you have a time, let me know what magazine it was. I would like to take a look what they were thinking about it. Maybe they're probably having some tasting notes and so on. Most of the time I'm trying to not reading too much about a cigar before I'm going to review it. I mean, I'm reading like all the facts and so on, but not what other people think about it, because that might be misleading, you know. The other day I was watching a great review from our friend Daniel Ravanelli at a 505 Cigar review show. By the way, if you have a few minutes, hop over to his channel and take a look. Almost like, I don't want to say daily, but very frequently cigar stuff. It's definitely worth a look. So check him out. And what I wanted to say is, I almost forgot. Over there he said, like just on the side conversation, he said that he's not giving a whole lot of about ratings and what other people say about cigar and tasting notes and so on. And he said that that's the case because you might get disappointed if they're describing a flavor, an aroma, whatever, and you don't have that in that cigar, and you're getting disappointed when you don't have that. Absolutely true. For me personally, I'm not reading tasting notes on a cigar before I'm going to review it. Not because of I might get disappointed, but mostly because I don't want to get influenced by other people's opinion about it. And sometimes you even try not to picking it up, you know, but you know how your brain is. Sometimes it's saved in there, you know, and then you're smoking the cigar, and then somewhere in your brain there's a little note saying, oh, Daniel said this, and Ranch said this, and Phil said this, and so on, you know. And then you might get confused with the taste of your cigar. So sometimes you cannot avoid it, you know. Sometimes you have pretty popular cigars and everybody's talking about it. But with this one here, that wasn't the case. The draw is still, it's definitely smokable, but it is a little bit too tight for me. It's not like terrible, but I really would wish the draw would be a little bit easier. In Germany we have a saying, das Leben ist kein Ponyhof. It means something like well, you cannot translate it like directly, it's a saying, but it means like, man, life's like you have no wishes, you know. It's not easy, more or less, and that's over here the case. I wished the draw would be a little bit better. It's not. I have to live with that. Okay. Without further saying, guys, let's see how it develops. Guys, back with the Hoyo de Monterrey Year of the Ox. Okay, let's recap what happened. We have good news and we have bad news. The good news, the draw got better. Great. I was really happy that like in the middle of the first third or so, the draw was getting a little bit easier. Now, really, the draw is now almost perfect. Great. The ash and the burn, very good. Unfortunately, I just missed the right moment to make a little video of the ash. Just like a minute before it was falling down on me. So, but the ash was good and the burn was always really okay. So no complaints about that. Taste developed very good. In the second third or so, finally we had this traditional aromas of earth and leather that was coming together, like in a melting pot. Great. Not very dominant, but it's there and it's still there. That's cool. We still have this roasted coffee bean sweetness, and it's always there, and it reminds me a little bit of, you know, it started like an espresso and now it developed into something more sweet. Don't know what exactly, guys. But it's a very nice flavor. I like that very much. It's still a very mild cigar. I mean, Hoyo de Monterrey is known for milder cigars. Here and there they have a vitola and an addition that is a little bit stronger, but usually they are doing mild cigars, and that also is a mild cigar. So exactly what I expected, more or less. However, guys, the bad news, I can show you. Okay, here again the focus of my awesome. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Man, look. That's ridiculous. That is just fucking ridiculous. Okay, guys, you know, as I mentioned in the unboxing, a box of 18 cigars, Hoyo de Monterrey Year of the Ox, is like $1,130, roundabout 958 euros. Really, what I expect is that every goddamn cigar is perfect. I mean perfect, you know. Even that the draw is too tight at the beginning, that's a no-go. That the wrapper unravels itself, that's a fucking no-go. I mean, that is... Luckily, it's not affecting the draw or anything else. But, I mean, come on. Guys, they want to fuck with me. That is not cool. It's not cool. And you could argue, like, okay, it's just this one cigar. And all the others, they're fine. I don't care, you know. I don't care. If I pay like 50 euros or 53 euros per stick, you better make sure that every damn cigar is perfect, okay? And if not, man, you lost my words on this one. Anyways, guys, that's the way it is. You have to live with that. As I said, das Leben ist kein Ponyhof. So, life ain't easy. That's probably the best translation. Life ain't easy. Yeah, you have to live with fucked up cigars that cost a fortune. So, is this cigar better than the Davidoff Year of the Ox? No. No, no. I'm biased because I'm a big Davidoff fan, you know, but that's not happening with a Davidoff. Never. almost, I mean, guys, I'm smoking since 1995. And I'm not going to, I'm not started with Davidoff smoking every day. But easily for the last 10 years, I'm regularly smoking Davidoff cigars, even more than 10 years. And, per average, I'm smoking like between 4 and 5 cigars per day. And easily, maybe not every day a Davidoff, but I would say easily like 5, 6 Davidoff cigars per week, easily. So, if you're just counting, that's like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands of Davidoff cigars I smoked. And I'm not exaggerating here, guys. Maybe like I can count it on 2 hands, where a wrapper on a Davidoff cigar cracked. Really, that's not happening. It's just not happening, Why? Because it's a fucking premium cigar that costs a shitload of money, and you better make sure the cigar is perfect. And if it's not, I have all the right to complain about that shit, That it's going on my nerves. But we want to focus on the good things. It makes no sense to complain all the time. The cigar tastes good. The draw is now good. The construction, other than the wrapper, is good because the burn was good, the ash was good. Just there's something that shouldn't happen. If something happens like this, it's a very good idea if you have your whiskey handy and drinking like 2 or 3 glasses to forget that. So, is it a disappointment? Yes. Is it a bad cigar? No. Because mostly it's good, more positive than negative sides. But if you take into account the price, then I would say it's a bad cigar, Because, why? Because it's not perfect. And, it's, smoking cigars is like a complete experience, The taste, the ritual when you're lighting up your cigar, when you're cutting it, up to the very end when you're laying it down in the ashtray and let it slowly die, It's all ritualized, And one part of it is that your cigar should look nice, And if it's like a budget stick, even then I would expect that it's a good working cigar. And even more if it's like where a box costs more than $1,000, Anyways, let's stick to Cubans. Guys, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, with a buddy of mine, we were shopping cigars in Frankfurt. Because, although it's a lockdown here, the cigar shops are still open. For whatever reason. I mean, I appreciate that, but it makes no sense, Anyways, they're open. You can go in there and buy your cigars. So, I'm not putting names out, but it's the only La Casa de Habano we have in Frankfurt. So, with going into that shop, right? And just was looking for cigars. Because sometimes, they're, if you're not familiar with Cubans in general, they have like different sales or shop levels, You have like the Habanos point, that's like they have the regular Cubans. You have like the Habano specialists, they have even a few more rare cigars. And then you have the La Casa del Habano. That's a shop that have very exclusive, all the regulars, but very limited, sometimes limited editions, exclusive cigars, and so on. So we have a couple of editions. They're called La Casa del Habano editions. Like the Ramon Alonas I was giving away in the 300 subscribers giveaway. So I was looking for some of these cigars, right? So we're going into the shop, and you know what else is bugging me today? The focus of my camera. Okay, here. How's that looking? Is that looking like a 50 euro stick? I have to even burn it. I will continue with my story in a second. Burning like a fucking torch. So, going in that shop, walking in the humidor, and they have a couple of open boxes where and a few La Casa Habano editions. So this the guy at the shop was coming with us, and I was looking at the cigars, and I picked this Ramon Alones that I was giving away, and there was another box. I think it was a Trinidad La Casa Habano. I can't remember really, and there was this open box and like 5 or 6 cigars, you know. And I said to the guy, okay, I take all of them, okay. And he said like, oh, okay, I cannot sell all the cigars to you. And I said, what? He said, I cannot sell all the cigars to you. You know, there are just 6 left. Other customers want to have them too. I'm just selling 2 to you. And I was like, but you were giving me the other box. You're giving me completely. So there's no like. If you're saying we have here all the La Casa Habano editions, I'm just giving away 2 cigars to every customer, and no matter what La Casa Habano editions, I would say, okay, that's the rule. Alright, I have to live with that. I'm not fine with it, but I have to live with that. That's cool. But that's like random, you know. Okay, he's giving me the whole box. Over there, he's just giving me 2 cigars. And I said, okay, I don't want to have it. You know, keep it. I don't want to have 2 cigars. You know, keep the 2 cigars. You know, I was pissed. You know, and then like can't remember like a week before that or 2 weeks before, one of my buddies that's also going into the Davidoff lounge, and he's Asian. I don't know. I think from Vietnam, but I'm not quite sure. And he made the same experience, you know. He was going into the shop trying to buy a box. They were not giving him the box. And then he phoned a buddy of him and said, you know, give it a try. Go to the shop and try to buy this box, you know. And guess what? This guy was going into the shop and was able to buy the box. So what is that? My battery is getting low. I'm trying to put my charger to the camera, and then I continue without a cut. If it's not working, we have 1 cut in there. Give me a second. Obviously it didn't work, but I'm back. So that's the Frankfurt La Casa Habano story, and it fits perfectly with this Cuban cigar. It's just disappointing. But maybe it's this. Maybe it's just this day, you know. I started. I tried to do another review around noon, and we had the most beautiful weather today in Frankfurt. The sun was shining, and we had like 15 degrees Celsius. You know, I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. Probably 70 or something. Not quite sure. Anyway, it was very warm. I was sitting with my t-shirt outside, you know. So Very nice weather. And a couple of weeks ago I bought a box of Casa de Torres. And we're still doing a review. I'm just trying to tell the story. So I had this Casa de Torres and I was starting with the review, you know. So recorded, started talking, showing the cigar, cutting, and so on. You know, and sometimes you have the feeling it's not going very well, you know. Just like you stumble over your own words, and it's just not like not a good feeling, you know. But I was like in between stopping or not stopping, so I just continued, you know. And then I was coming to the time lapse I'm always doing, you know, like after the few first puffs, and we're giving the stats of the cigar, and then we have this time lapse where you're just seeing me smoking, you know. And in the middle of the time lapse, one of my, let's say, business partners was calling me, you know. Oh no, not calling. He was giving me the voice messages over Telegram, you know. And that was so stupid. That was so fucking stupid. Like asking questions that I answered like 3 weeks ago, you know. And I tried to explain something on the phone, you know, and it was just not working out. And then I was like, man, we finished that conversation, you know, and I was like, oh man, that was dragging me down, you know. Although the weather was nice and everything, but that was like an experience where I said, oh man, I really. So I stopped recording, you know, and just smoked a cigar, was reading my book a little bit, and just doing nothing, you know. And still have in the back of my head that I still have to do some of the taxes, you know. I was talking like the last 2 weeks about that. And I was like, okay, no, shit, not doing that review, you know. So stopped recording and postponed it to, I will do it probably next week or so. And now, you know, but I decided to doing the Year of the Ox, the Hoyo Year of the Ox anyways, tonight. Right now it's like around midnight. Because I want to have it ready by Friday, you know. And so Thursday is kind of busy, and I know I have to record it today if I want to publish it on Friday, you know. So that's why I'm doing it right now. So maybe it's a day. Maybe it's just this day, you know. That is fucked up. Maybe. You have one of these days. But life goes on. But even though I have the feeling, after ranting about the cigar and the La Casa de Bano in Frankfurt and everything, feeling much better now. So it was a good review therapy for me today. Guys. I will finish it anyways, you know, because it's a good tasting cigar. Guys, that's it. Nothing more to say about this one. All I would have to say is just bad. So, and my mom used to say, if the only thing you can say about somebody, she said somebody, but if all you can say about something is a bad thing, then say nothing at all. Let's try to stick to this. Guys, enjoy a good cigar. Enjoy life. Most importantly, stay safe and stay healthy. And I hope to see you around at Smoker Spot. And thanks for watching. Cheers.